morning, good afternoon, and good night. You're watching Justamomthatsims. I'm KT, and I'm here today for a Herd Sims 4 Family Legacy Makeover. So if you like my content and you like to have a little fun and sometimes relax, just consider liking, subscribing, also comment. I really love reading the comments. I always respond. And hit that notification bell. I'm not going to edit my voice here, so if I say 50 times or and, I apologize on the front end. If I talk too slow for you, I'm trying to speed it up, but I'm from the southern US, and that's my always disclaimer. And I've got a southern drawl, and it's serious, okay? But we are starting with Leland Hawata Herd. He is one of the triplets. This is generation 3. Him and the triplets are gen 3. And they aged up to teenagers in our last episode. I'm trying to make Leland look young, as it can be a challenge in The Sims, but he aged up with the baby face, so I'm thankful for that. I am deciding on this Johnny Sims hair. I'm gonna use the more coif style for his formal outfit, and I am going to put him in a real suit. I don't do that with a lot of my teens, but I feel like his father KA would have made sure that he knew how to wear a real suit even in his teen years. Now I am going to have him with the more casual look for every other day. I'm trying to pinpoint him a style. He is an old soul. He is creative. He is more active as well. His weakest area before he aged up was in the mental skills. So, but it wasn't bad. It just wasn't as good as the rest. So I really love this family because Gen 1 started with my sim self, KT, and she got married, had 2 children, which is Lena, who you see down here in the corner, and she had Joshua, a son who's younger. So we follow Lena, who is at the top of the stylist career. Her husband KA is an all-star athlete right now. And today I'm going to talk about why I love them. I'm going to talk about random sim things and probably even dive into some of my personal stories, because if you watch, they just kind of fly out of nowhere. Now we're at Carmen, who I heard, and Carmen looks like Cressia from my Redemption's Journey series, which was a for rent gameplay adventure. That is not an accident. Why she looks like her is that I built Cressia to be based off of my sister. So that's her sim self, even though the storyline was certainly not. So I guess in the sim world, this would have been her niece because they look alike, but that's why she looks like her. I'm going to change her hair and she'll look less like her then, but I'm going to do that last after I pick out her first 2 everyday outfits, because it takes me forever to pick out a hair. Now, Carmen is book smart. She's a geek. The only skill she didn't max out was her creative skill, and that's because she leans more into the logic. And I think that she's gonna have surprises as she grows up. And I'm really gonna delve into their gameplay as teens, because I will definitely be following 1 or 2 other triplets. And I've been thinking about having Carmen and Liliana, her sister, room together, seeing as Liliana, her sister, and her brother Leland actually have a difficult family dynamic right now. I think they would just argue a lot, and it just kind of popped up on the game, and I accepted that because they definitely are a close-knit family. They love each other a lot, but being triplets isn't easy. They have competed for their family's time and attention, even though the family tried to make sure to show them all attention. Carmen was always more laid back when it came to their area. She didn't need a lot of attention. She doesn't need it now. Right now, I have her aspiration as this dweller one. I would probably change it to something she can work towards attaining now, but when they turn to young adults, I will change all of their aspirations anyway. Now, going on to talk about the teens, I really do miss those early sim versions where the teens aged up shorter than the parents. They also looked younger, and therefore it didn't matter. Like, they could be thicker or smaller, and you would not mistake them for an adult. But here, I tend to slim down a lot of my sims, not all of them, because I feel like they look younger that way. Though I know every teen is not slim, and I just wish that we had something better to represent the teens. Now, going on, yeah, I started playing The Sims at The Sims 1. There is no secret. And yes, I was of age at that time. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, not because I'm ashamed of it, but because I'm just not releasing that information to the internet, even though I love you all. But anyway, I would play and play, and I just loved it, and I fell in love with it, and I really never stopped playing. I would have certain periods when maybe I couldn't play for a couple of months because of work or schoolwork or children or life. But once everything kind of balanced out as much as life does, I jumped right back into my simming always. I always had the Sims. I had the Sims 1, 2, 3, and now 4. And I will have the next one too. So I'm not the person, I'm not blind to the faults in the Sims 4, but it's just simply not enough for me to not enjoy the gameplay. So that's my channel. Like, I play it to have fun. I play it for stress relief, and that's why you don't hear me ranting a lot about it. If something doesn't work, I clearly state that. Like they did in real time, they did the updates this week, and it has had some negative effects on my game, even when I disable all mods. So I'm hoping they can get that fixed up. But I do believe it's a gaming platform that, just like databases and gaming, and I've had an IT background years ago. I don't do that now. But, if you build something to be a certain thing, that's one thing. But if you come back and try to change it later, it's always harder to do that than to just build it the way you intended for it to be used in the first place. But sometimes it's hard to know how you want it to be used. So I love The Sims 4 overall because I just love the graphics in the game. Like, look at these Sims. They are beautiful. And it took me a long time to start playing with mods. I probably only play with mods for the past couple of years. So one thing I definitely want to talk about, if you look at my Sims, you will definitely see CC clothes and shoes, earrings, accessories, tattoos, even like basic lipstick. But one thing you won't see in my game is those different skin CC overlays. And I think that what they can do is remarkable. However, to me, I just kind of play my Sims and build them the way the game has them. So in general, if I had one of my Sims, other than the CC clothes, I could upload a Sim and you could make that Sim. It would look the same if you wanted to download it from the gallery. Now, I do need to go back and probably put some of my Sims on the gallery. But for right now, you can find any of the builds that I'm not using anymore. But I did put some, like Desmond's from A Twist of Fate wedding venue. It's already there on the gallery. I've got any of my series that finished. Cressia's duplex, I believe, is there. I haven't put a lot because I went back when I started Justamomthatsims channel. I deleted some things that I already had on the gallery just to start fresh as Justamomthatsims, SKT. So check out some of my builds that are there, and I will be putting more. Now with the triplets, I'm thinking that when they age up to young adults, I'm going to have the girls live together and maybe an apartment style life. I definitely want them to have an apartment. Where they'll live is the question. Or it may even be like a duplex, but I definitely want them to be renting using that for rent pack. Another thing you will notice with my Sims, I don't have all the packs. It's because I don't want them. And it's not because I personally think something's wrong with them. I'm not even going to say that because a lot of them I think are nice, but it's just things that don't have an interest for me. So like with the teens, we've got 3 teens here. I don't have the high school pack, and that's because even when they showed it, I am tired of school and life. That is in my past, and I certainly do not want to play teenage Sims in school. If it had been school for kids, that may have been different. But I am not interested in transporting back to my high school days, not even through the Sims. And I always say I play strictly for stress relief. So if aspect might stress me out in the game, I'm not playing it. Just like the new pack, the jewel. Oh my gosh, the crystal creations. Now, I think there are things in there that look really neat, but in real life, jewelry making is just not interesting to me, even though I like to buy pieces from people because there are certain things I like to wear. I just would never want to make them. I'm not artistic in that sense. So, one thing about Liliana, I'm really liking this braids look on her. I mean, she's rocking it now. She is spoiled but outgoing. She is on one of the social aspirations right now. I'm going to change it too, but it may be back to this as an adult. She's like the attention if you've been watching them since very early on as an infant. She needed the most attention and she needed it right when she wanted it. And Lena will often have to walk around carrying her just to stop her from fussing so much. So she is going to be spoiled, but I think she's going to be sweet enough, but she's used to getting her way, and that would definitely have some impact on her, I'm sure. Now, also, I am going to release a channel update video soon, and really I use it as my front page for YouTube, and it usually just goes over what series are currently running because I'm running 4 right now, and I will go on camera for that. So I've just been enjoying playing my legacy family. One thing about me is I will play a legacy family for a long time, and I plan to do that now that I am posting videos online because I only have one family that I play off camera right now, and they're a generations family. I think we're in Gen 9. And that's because I wasn't smart enough with my last family to put Sims in the game from the gallery. So I think my Sims were all related to each other by Gen 12, and I had to just get rid of them because it was like, I think, unintentional woohooing with the wrong people going on, if you know what I'm saying. But I think that Liliana is looking really good now. I'm just doing braid styles for all of her styles. She's still our normal wavy pattern girl. So when she ages up, I may go back to her ways, but she's wearing her braids. I like to wear braids a lot in real life. As long as, hey ladies, as long as they're not pulling your edges, it's a good protective style. So I just love this family. I love where they live because right now they live in Newcrest, and it reminds me a lot of New Orleans. And another thing about me, I really love to travel any chance I can get. I will save every single month so that me and the kids can go places. And when I'm staying stateside in the US, then I take my 2 giant dogs that you see on this channel as well. They load up in the back. We go, and it makes for some interesting trips, I must say that. But I love family travel. Sometimes my mom goes. She goes a lot of the time now. And when I was young, my mom and dad, me and my sister, we would just do these family trips. And I remember growing up, we just did not have much at all. And so we would go to places that were like an hour away, and it would be a relative's house, and you could stay there for a couple days and then you have to leave. But that's how we would do it so that you didn't get kicked out of somebody's house. Now, just to quickly go back through, I want you to see all of the outfits of Leland and then Carmen and Liliana. And I really hope you enjoyed this video and keep tuning in to me, okay? And until next time, remember, keep simming, be happy, and always have a blessed day. Bye bye.